Jared Holt, let's start with you on this question. What is an issue facing the city that you don't think is getting adequate attention? And what would you like to say here tonight to let us know about it?
That's a hard question to answer because I think that the city council's done a good job and the mayor. I would like to see the city park moving forward. I think a lot of people in town would like to see that. I don't know that everyone would like to see that move forward. I know that it's hard to figure out how to put that in. I wondered if we could come together as a community and come up with resources to help put that in. I think the world's changing, regulation, insurance is changing, all sorts of things are changing. But as for the past, I think that the council may have done a good job.
I think for me, we've kind of got the park and we've got some of that rolling. I think for me, the next projects I'd like to see us be focusing on would be our streets. And I would like to see some more focus be on our power system. We just had some amazing gentlemen come in and visit the city council, and I learned that a lot of the parts of our power system are from when they built it. So they're 40 years old. We're running on duct tape maybe in some spots. So I'd like to see things like our power system being more updated, and I'd like to see our streets being worked on.
Yeah, the power grid here it's in dire circumstances, I think. Every time somebody moves in, Ike starts out with the conversation. It's like, well, we have 40 plugs in an outlet and you're number 41. And I think that's going to be a problem. What I would like to see happen right now relates to flood control. We appear to have these 500-year floods about every 3 years. And we got a dike that's known as Main Street. And there used to be a canal that went through the center of town and handled the flood control. And I think that's a pressing issue that we need to take care of because we know it's going to happen again. If we sit here with our hands in our pocket, we know it's coming.
Boy, you talk about a loaded question. There are many concerns that face the city that I see as attending city council meetings that are discussed, talking about the power grid, talking about our streets, talking about the park, talking about flooding. And there are steps that are being taken. There's conversation all the time and ideas. People that are contacted to give us ideas, suggestions of what we can do to improve those areas. And I think over the 9 years that we've lived here, I've seen progress made in all of these areas. I've seen it in our electrical department where we now have a new substation upgraded. I've seen it in our water system that has been upgraded. I've seen it in the sewer system that has been upgraded. There has been work done on our storm drainage systems. There's still more work that needs to be done, and these are the things that we need to look at as we go forward. And as a city councilman, this is the areas that we need to address.
I think as everybody's kind of talked, you've seen that there's kind of a wide area of things that do need to be addressed, but as Ron stated, those areas are being addressed. So could you pick one to say that's one area that we're lacking in? I think, as Ron stated, I think that would be really hard because there are some issues, but those are not issues that have just been swept under the table. They're issues that we are currently addressing that are addressed, at almost every single one of our meetings. A different piece of that puzzle is being addressed. So I feel that not only the city council that's currently there, but also the ones in the past have done a very good job about preparing us for these times. And unfortunately, you can't go in and just make all the changes at once. You have to go in and slowly, when you talk about streets, you talk about power grid systems, you talk about water systems, you can't just expend that kind of money immediately. It has to be a work in progress. And I think, everybody's done a very good job leading up to this point. The council that's there now has had a real good chance to be able to spend some of that money and make some of those improvements, and I think it'll continue.